Just something there that kind of comes to mind, excuse me. So is Apoca very much about helping people see their fears, see what barriers that they're presenting themselves to, that's disabling them or preventing them from realising their dreams? Is it about overcoming dreams or obstacles, or can you further expand on what exactly it is?
Apoca isn't therapy. It's not I suppose a sticky patch kind of methodology. It's an understanding which is not intellectual necessarily. It is mental, physical, emotional, spiritual. It moves into the financial. It encompasses everything. And simply as I can say that the methodologies that we bring to the workshops bypass a number of levels. And I would say to you that we only experience fear when we're not in alignment with our true selves. And when we are in alignment with our true selves, this authentic self that we have become disconnected from or lost or diverted from, when we become connected with that, we transform in ways that we could never have envisioned or imagined. And we know it feels right and we know it feels true because it feels so amazing. So it jumps a number of levels because, I'm great for analogies. I love analogies. I love car analogies. And what I used to tell clients who came to me, because everybody would want to know, a client said to me one time, I don't actually know what it is you do, but the transformation in my life has been incredible. And she was a nurse and she would send people to me. Everybody she met, she'd seem to send them to me.
Yeah. Because
of this. She said, what is it that you do? And I said, no idea really. And of course that was a kind of very unusual thing to say, but it was actually a magic that happened.
Yeah.
And in answering that question, I went away and sought to kind of understand what it actually was that I was bringing, because there were so many different things mixed in. So it jumps a number of levels. And what I used to tell people who'd ask me about what I did is, if you've a Mercedes and the oil light comes on and you bring it to a backstreet garage, and this guy said, there's no problem at all, I can fix that, I'll have it done for you in 2 minutes, and he goes behind the dash and he cuts the wire to the oil light.
Yeah.
The light's out, there you go, and you're gone. But 15 miles down the road, the engine blows up and grinds to a halt.
Yeah.
Because there was no engine oil left in the engine. So what this guy had done was fix the symptom. Whereas if we brought it someone who deeply understood the connectedness of everything, he would have said, the car needs oil, we'll top up the oil, and the light will go out and the car would run.
Yeah. So
when people come to me, I don't cut the light, the wire to the light. I understand from a very deep, holistic, energetic sense of what is happening to that individual. And I go to the source of the problem, which is extinguishes all the red lights. And that's what Apoca, the training, does. It works from a very high level of perception and awareness and energy. And it solves everything underneath that.
Yeah.
That's not to say that it's a substitute for medical intervention in deeply psychological issues or problems. But in the vast majority of the time, we're human beings having a human experience, and we're looking for love. And love is a very big part of the whole process. And people would have come to me and said, well, actually I just want the money, I just want more money, I want more success, I want more happiness. And even businessmen and businesswomen and people in careers reconnected to the awareness and the understandings within their own hearts, not just in a knowledge base but in an experiential base. When they're reconnected to the power of their hearts, we really realise how much of a loss we've been at, being disconnected from the power of our hearts. It's where everything is. It's the potential for everything we ever wanted. And Apoca, the training, brings people to that space in a very defined way, but also in a magical way.
Just on the semantics of the workshop, like how long is the workshop, and what can people expect?
We run the workshops anything from 5 days, 7 days, and 10 days, and generally in very nice places in the world, where people have the opportunity to, I suppose, remove themselves from their everyday life and from all the different cords that are plugged into them, and get a chance to stand back and to immerse themselves in that. And it's quite intensive, but it's very well balanced. And people get to the root, they bypass a number of the lower things, and they get to the root very much of who they are, what they are, and what it is that is within them that creates the structure of what they call their lives.
Right.
And the experience that the majority of people have is that what it is that's not them falls away. And they enter through that portal and reconnect, as we've said, with the client experience, to an authentic self, which they know is them, but has been gone for so long that they have become maybe other than they would have been themselves. But they open into a world that they recognise as theirs, is everything that they ever wanted, reconnects to their dreams that they perhaps have forgotten that they had.
Yeah.
It unhooks them from themselves. As an analogy, it unhooks them from themselves.
Yeah.
And it's worked through on a number of different levels with people. But people are freed, and they would experience transformative effects in their business, in happiness, in joy, in love, and relationships with their children, with their outlook on life. And it would be fair to say that they experience a life underneath their lives, which is everything they ever wanted. And when we're caught in the wrong life, or we can't actually see through awareness and understanding what's actually sitting in front of us and all around us, we put huge effort into lives, and still, I like to say, we discussed yesterday, the biggest tragedy for me would be that someone, or myself, or anyone, would get to the end of their lives and perhaps be told, well, actually, this wasn't your life.
Yeah.
You know, your life is next door. I'm sorry about that, but you lived, but actually you never lived, because, and you'll know that because it never felt like your life. And we often get, sometimes you feel like this is actually not my life I'm living.
Yeah.
So we never really want to get to the end of our lives having realised that our life was next door.
Yeah.
And that we never really connected with the people that we loved. We never connected with our partners or our children, or we never actually loved in the way that we wanted to love, or received love in a way that was our deepest heart's desire.
Yeah. Very well. Yeah, that's a good answer. And if people want to get in touch and attend the workshop, how do they reach you?
paulsullivan.ie is the main website, and we do post up advance notice of workshops. The next one is in Italy this year.
Yeah.
And there are a number of email contacts, and you can also contact me personally with the email that's on the website. And we can give you all of the information and how to book, how to set that up, and answer any of the questions that are there. So it's quite a wealth of information there. There's a connection to YouTube and also to Tumblr blog, which gives a very much, it gives a great sense of the whole approach to everything. I would say that, I suppose I'm saying it myself, that Apoca, the training, there's nothing like it. There's nothing like it in the world in a way that encompasses, encapsulates and delivers the results in personal transformation and satisfaction. There's nothing in the world like this.
Yeah.
And, so many approaches come from a level of awareness that doesn't go deep enough. And to really experience the level of transformation that we require to reconnect us to our heart's desire requires a knowledge of multiple levels and multiple, I suppose, disciplines, all of which I bring to this through the last 30 years.
Yeah.
And I do believe that, if you bring a reduced level of awareness to personal change, it will be that sticky patch rather than putting oil in the engine and the light going out.
Yeah, I like that analogy. Paul, thank you very much for facilitating this interview today.
You're welcome, and thank you very much, Colin.